Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we are going to be talking about something I think a lot of people are interested in. Time management.
Yes.
We all want more time, right?
Yeah.
Or at least to use the time that we have more effectively.
Absolutely. And that's exactly where the Eisenhower Matrix comes in.
Okay, so the Eisenhower Matrix.
Yeah.
We've got some excerpts from pasted text that we're going to be looking at today
Yeah.
to help us break this down
Great source.
and figure out, how can we apply this to our lives?
Yeah.
And by the way, fun fact, it's named after a U.S. president. Did you know that?
I did know that. Yeah, Dwight D. Eisenhower, a very productive guy, apparently.
Well, he must be I got to come up with this system.
Right. So the basic idea is you divide all your tasks into 4 quadrants
Okay.
based on urgency and importance.
So like when I wake up in the morning, I've got that email from my boss.
Oh, yeah?
It's like, got to deal with it right now.
Yeah.
That would be what? Quadrant 1.
Quadrant 1, urgent and important.
Urgent, important. Okay.
That's the do it now stuff.
Got it. But then there's also that online course I've been meaning to take.
Right.
It's not an emergency, but it's important for my career.
Exactly. That's a perfect example of quadrant 2. Important, but not urgent.
So that's where we need to be careful, right?
Absolutely.
Because it's easy to let those things slide.
Yes. Those are the things that we should be planning for, not scrambling to do at the last minute.
I like that. Planning, not scrambling.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure those quadrant 2 activities don't become quadrant 1 emergencies?
That's the beauty of the matrix. It forces you to think about them ahead of time.
So give me an example, like what else would fall into each of these categories?
Sure. So imagine a critical piece of equipment malfunctions at your company.
Oh, okay.
You need to deal with that right away to avoid major disruptions.
That's definitely quadrant 1. Right.
Definitely quadrant 1, a true fire drill.
Okay, that makes sense. So then what about things like, I don't know, like scheduling doctor's appointments or planning a vacation?
Those often end up in quadrant 2.
It's quadrant 2.
Things that are crucial for long-term well-being, but don't have that immediate deadline.
And those are the ones that we tend to put off, right?
Exactly. It's easy to let them get pushed aside by the urgency of the day-to-day.
It's like that saying, the urgent always crowds out the important, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got quadrant 1, the fire drills, quadrant 2, the important but not urgent stuff.
Right.
What about quadrant 3?
Quadrant 3, that's the urgent but not important stuff.
Ooh, interesting.
Think about those endless email chains that could be streamlined or even better, delegated.
Ooh.
Or meetings that could have just been a quick phone call.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going with this.
It's about being critical about where your time is going and finding ways to optimize or delegate those tasks.
So it's not just about doing things, it's about doing the right things.
Exactly.
All right, and last but not least, we've got quadrant 4.
Yes, the time-wasting activities.
Oh, be honest. How much time do you spend scrolling through social media when you should be doing something else?
I plead the 5th.
Right. We've all been there, right?
Absolutely.
That's quadrant 4. It's about recognizing those things that drain our energy and don't contribute to our goals.
And being honest with ourselves about how much time we spend on them.
So, big picture, what's the main takeaway here? Why is this matrix so useful?
It helps you shift from constantly reacting to things to proactively planning your time.
Oh, I like that.
You're not just putting out fires all the time. You're actually making conscious choices about where your time and energy go.
And that, I imagine, can make a huge difference in terms of strength levels, productivity, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Studies show that people who actively prioritize their tasks experience significantly less stress and achieve their goals more effectively.
So it's not just a time management tool, it's a stress management tool too.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your day instead of letting your day control you.
Powerful stuff. So final thought for our listeners. What's one thing they can do today to start putting this into practice?
I would say think about that one quadrant 2 activity you've been putting off, the one that's important but not urgent. What would it take to move that into quadrant 1 and make real progress on it?
That's a great question. We challenge all of you to take a look at your to-do list, apply the Eisenhower Matrix, and see how it changes your day. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.